Most visitors to Ottawa make the same mistake. They treat Canada's capital like a checklist of government buildings. Spend 48 hours following our insider's route, and you'll discover a vibrant city hiding cafes behind Parliament Hill, world-class museums with secret free evenings, and neighborhoods where street art, global flavors, and history collide around every corner. Day 1. Downtown Core and ByWard Market. Your Ottawa adventure kicks off in Centretown at Wilf and Ada's, that beloved breakfast spot that locals guard jealously. If you're staying at the Lord Elgin Hotel for classic elegance or the Alt Hotel for modern comfort, you're ideally positioned for today's exploration. This diner sources from local farms, with exposed brick walls framing the open kitchen and servers who remember your coffee order after one visit. The Mariposa Duck Benedict makes every other Eggs Benny taste forgettable with its braised duck and homemade hollandaise. Insider tip: walk-ins only, no reservations. Hit this place before 9 a.m. on weekends or face a 30 to 45 minute wait. Tuesday is their only closed day. Breakfast done, head north toward Wellington Street for Parliament Hill. Here, take a free West Block tour to see Canadian democracy in action, offering rare behind-the-scenes access while the center block is under renovation until 2030. Tours run throughout the day, but summer spots fill quickly, so book ahead with our link in the description. Here's a great time-saving insider tip. The Parliamentary Boutique in the West Block sells official Parliament items without the usual tourist crush and is open every day. Majors Hill Park sits just beyond Parliament, with the land used as a park since 1826, and it serves up panoramic shots of the Parliament buildings and the River Valley. After grabbing that fountain shot every photographer knows, take 2 minutes to cross the Pītàban Footbridge to reach Īwàki Point. Many call this the city's best-kept viewpoint secret. The Indigenous-designed installations tell Algonquin Anishinabeg stories while you soak in valley vistas. It's worth coming back to this at Blue Hour, that magical 20 to 40 minutes after sunset, when Parliament lights reflect off the river. Just steps away, the National Gallery of Canada awaits with Louise Bourgeois' giant spider Maman standing guard. Inside this glass and granite masterpiece, Canadian art finally gets the respect it deserves. From Tom Thomson's wild landscapes to the Group of Seven's bold colors and contemporary Indigenous works reclaiming the story, this gallery reframes art history through a northern lens. Insider tip: Thursday evenings from 5 to 8 p.m. mean free admission. The Canadian War Museum, Museum of History, and Museum of Nature all run this same Thursday deal. Museums empty out beautifully in late afternoon as most tour groups hit the highlights mid-morning to early afternoon, and school buses clear out by 2 p.m. The gallery's Cafeteria des Beaux-Arts on the lower level, a glass rotunda you can't miss, has surprisingly good food with the river as your backdrop. Mid-afternoon pulls you into ByWard Market's orbit, Canada's oldest continuously operating market since 1826, spreading across multiple blocks with 600-plus businesses. From May through October, outdoor stalls overflow with fresh produce from the Gatineau hills. The indoor ByWard Market building keeps vendors happy year-round. Grab Ontario strawberries in summer, Quebec cheese curds anytime. Navigate to Suzy Q Donuts on Wellington Street and forget everything you know about donuts. Their maple bacon uses real maple syrup from Quebec sugar shacks, thick-cut bacon from Perth farms. The London Fog Donut goes fast. Stores stay open until 6 to 7 p.m., so there's usually something good left if you don't make it by lunch. A smart move is to order a half dozen to go for tomorrow's breakfast. If you're still craving something sweet, BeaverTails at 69 George Street draws tourist hordes for good reason. Hand-stretched whole wheat pastry, cinnamon sugar, and fresh lemon juice create perfection. But those lines can be brutal on weekends. Smart tactic is to get here before 11 a.m. when tour buses and day trippers haven't swarmed the area yet. Or visit the Campeau Drive location, which serves identical pastry without the wait. Heads up, the ByWard Market location went cashless, while Campeau Drive still takes cash if that's your thing. Wander the market's side streets for hidden murals. Hunt down the massive 9-story butterfly mural called Transformation at Rideau and Württemberg streets. Your Instagram, gold. The ByWard Market also has the York Steps Salmon mural Quash Quanin if you're collecting street art photos. Dinner in ByWard Market takes strategy. Everyone hits the same packed patios, so you're going to pass through the French baker's pastry counter on Murray Street to find Benny's Bistro tucked in the back. This little Parisian-style gem has been here since 1999, and locals still treat it like their secret. French-inspired dishes and their Yukon Gold potato gratin keeps people coming back again and again. If you're craving Italian, make your way to North and Navy on Nepean Street, a cozy townhouse turning out handmade pastas that justify the hype. Bar seats are first come, first served, so aim for 5:30 p.m. sharp. If you're looking for casual, the Manx pub tucked along Elgin Street keeps things low-key with craft beer and their famous lamb curry wrap. Seriously, this is what regulars love, and you have to give it a try. To wind down your first day, head toward the Rideau Canal, glowing under the city lights. Evening reveals magic that changes seasonally. Summer joggers give way to winter skaters on the world's largest rink. And if you visit during twilight hours, you'll get the locks almost to yourself. The pathway between the Ottawa locks and Corktown Footbridge makes for a pretty evening stroll. Just note that the lock station itself closes at 10 p.m. The route also connects with the Capital Pathway Network, more than 200 kilometers of paved, multi-use trails that weave through the city's parks, riversides, and neighborhoods. If the weather turns, walk off your dinner through the Rideau Center's indoor walkways to the Bay Department Store for some window shopping. The upper floors give you a downtown perspective, and the whole complex connects multiple buildings so you can explore without freezing in winter. Tomorrow takes you across the river to Gatineau for a museum housing the world's largest indoor collection of totem poles and exhibits that tell Canada's story in ways you've never seen before. If this first day in Ottawa has inspired you and discovering cities this way is your kind of travel, take a moment to subscribe for more insider itineraries that take you there. Day 2, Museums and Neighborhoods. A new day in the capital unfolds with a gentler side of Ottawa. Quiet paths, golden light, and river reflections. Morning starts with Alexandra Bridge, not for crossing but for photos. This pedestrian pathway serves up Parliament Hill reflected in the Ottawa River like a mirror. Early risers hitting this at 7 a.m. to catch the amber light on Gothic spires with morning mist rising off water, pure Canadian postcard material. Cross into Gatineau for the Canadian Museum of History, the building curving like the Canadian shield carved by glaciers. Douglas Cardinal's architecture prepares you for the 15,000 years of human history inside. The Grand Hall's towering totem poles immediately impress. These authentic works were carved on site by First Nations artists, and each tells a family story. Skip the audio guide and catch one of the Indigenous-Led tours instead, which share insights missing from placards, why certain animals mark clans, what colors mean, and how oral histories endured colonization. The Canadian History Hall spreads across 50,000 square feet, tracing everything from Viking contact to yesterday's headlines. Don't rush. The 1970s suburban kitchen sparks nostalgia, and the New France exhibit displays a part of Champlain's ship raised from the St. Lawrence. Here's what families miss. The Children's Museum isn't just for kids. Adults can explore miniature recreations of global destinations, a Pakistani bus, a Japanese home, a Mexican marketplace. And just steps away, the museum's back terrace offers million-dollar views over the Ottawa River, where you'll see visitors enjoying lunch in the sun. When you're ready for a bite, the Panorama Cafe on the lower level pairs those same views with regional flavors and plenty of sunlight. After lunch, retrace your route via the Portage Bridge, this time heading to the canal's operational locks. Yesterday you saw them lit up. Today you'll see them work. Parks Canada staff operate hand-cranked mechanisms unchanged since 1832. These 8 locks drop boats 79 feet without electricity, just gravity and Victorian-era engineering. The locks run on demand during boating season, mid-May through mid-October, with the most action happening mid-morning and mid-afternoon when boats queue up. The adjacent Bytown Museum occupies Ottawa's oldest stone building, revealing the construction chaos that built a capital. Colonel By's original engineering drawings show his canal route plans. The temperance movement exhibits explain why ByWard Market was absolutely packed with taverns back in the rough and tumble 1840s during canal construction. That third-floor window offers the best vantage point of the locks operating. Your admission is worth it for this alone. Walking west brings you to the Canadian War Museum, an angular building deliberately evoking conflict. Architect Raymond Moriyama designed windows to cast shadows spelling "Lest We Forget" in Morse code on Remembrance Day. Inside, exhibits examine how conflict has shaped Canadian identity without glorifying violence. Visitors linger in the Regeneration Hall, where one window is precisely aligned to catch sunlight on the unknown soldier's headstone every November 11th at 11 a.m. sharp. The museum runs guided tours that dig deeper into the stories behind the exhibits. Check out the Le Breton Gallery for open storage displays, which is like peeking into the museum's closet to see what else they've got. Hitler's Mercedes-Benz 770 staff car sits in the main galleries, not in storage. For dinner, Supply and Demand at 1335 Wellington Street West does handmade pasta that changes with the seasons. The wine list has character without being snooty, and the space stays cozy with tables maxing out at 6 people. It's a place you want to book ahead. If you're still up for drinks, the Moon Room in Little Italy makes mean classic cocktails like sidecars and Negronis in a dimly lit basement bar that feels like someone's private hideout. There's also a small patio when the weather cooperates, open every night until 2 a.m. 2 days in Ottawa have revealed a capital that works hard and plays harder. Government buildings might anchor the skyline, but it's the neighborhoods that give the city its pulse, blending cultures from across Canada and beyond. Ottawa rewards anyone willing to look past Parliament Hill's postcard beauty to discover the communities that keep it vibrant. Plan your own adventure using the booking links below. Share your favorite capital discovery in the comments, and check out our Quebec City or Montreal guides for more Canadian inspiration. Subscribe to Itinerary Insiders for new itineraries that turn ordinary trips into stories you'll be talking about for years. Your next adventure starts with insider knowledge, because the difference between tourists and travelers comes down to knowing which door to open.